Hey everyone. So today we're going to talk about our exploration of the elements of art, specifically about line. That is one of the first elements that we talk about when we talk about the elements of art. And in Art 1, we are kind of gearing up to learn all of those so that we can start to think about how we use line and value and all the different elements when we are creating artwork. So on your screen, you'll probably see something like this. I just wanted to explain to you all how to go about today's project. It's a little bit self-directed, so I'm not going to be talking at you a lot. So if you go to our classwork tab and you find our class textbook, Art Talk, you will open that PDF. It might be easier if you download it to your computer. But you can look at it through our classroom as well. And I'll just scroll down quite a bit. So the first part of this book talks about art criticism, thinking about art, but we are looking for the chapter where the elements of art begin. And I think it's on page 70 or so. Hopefully I'll find it for you so you can find the page number. Okay, so we'll be in Unit 2, Elements of Art, and you're going to be doing some self-directed research today. So the items that you will need to begin your research are your art journal and then a pen or pencil. In a little bit, you are going to need your sketchbook. Colored pencils are optional, but you may want to use them for today, and a pen or a Sharpie. So going back to this, you should have your art journal out so you can take notes, and you should have your textbook open just like this, and you'll just go through and look at all the different paintings that they show in the art book. This Matisse painting is really nice because we can see a lot of really obvious use of lines. So this is actually a really good example for you to look at. But what I want you to do is take some notes on what a line is. So you will need to read through all of this. Anything that's bolded, that's going to be one of our vocabulary words. We will likely have a quiz on this stuff later, so it's important that you know what dimension means. It's important that you know what an outline is, what implied lines are. So you'll just need to take notes just like you would in any of your other classes and write down all of these definitions. But also pay attention to these figures because these visual images are going to really show you how artists use lines. Yeah, and you can also draw visual representations of things in your art journal. It doesn't all have to be words. You can draw these examples, zigzag lines, texture, all of this stuff. So go ahead and go through this. And the other thing I wanted to make sure that you hit on is line and value. So line and value work together quite a bit. Artists will use techniques such as cross-hatching in order to create value. I know the quality here isn't that amazing, but this artist is using lines to shade. You can see right there in some other areas. Great, and then this will also give you a little bit more information about drawing pencils. We'll talk about our drawing pencils and we'll get to use them soon, but this is a good tidbit of information so you can understand what all of those numbers and letters on the drawing pencils mean. Okay, so just to kind of reiterate what you need to be doing with this, you need to be taking notes on line and this line and value section. Make sure you understand all of the bolded definitions in the textbook. You have them written down. You can draw these visuals in your art journal just to kind of emphasize your understanding of the different definitions. And After you do all of that, after you take your notes, you should have like one good page of notes online. It doesn't have to be like a bunch of paragraphs. You can do bullet points. I just want to make sure that you understand what line in the context of visual art and elements of art means. So after you do all of that, we're going to work on a little project. So you'll need all of these supplies, your sketchbook. A Sharpie would be awesome, especially if it's fine tip, but you can also use a pen or pencil. I use my colored pencils. Colored pencils are optional today, but you can choose to do that if you like. And you're going to create a poster about line and value in your sketchbook. So you're going to draw kind of a sketch of a poster that you could make bigger later on. So for my poster, I decided to choose candy as my theme because I kind of wanted some chocolate when I was making it. But I used a line to draw my shapes, as you can see. I also used a line to shade. So you'll read more about that technique in your textbook, but you can see how I use cross-hatching here and how I use cross-hatching right there and line to kind of exemplify my point that line can be used to create value. You'll need to have a little bit of text on your poster. So right here, I asked the question, what is a line? And then I would write a description, the definition of line right here. You might write a definition of value. Yeah, this is totally open to however you want to interpret a poster. You can choose a theme like I did. Your poster can, look however you want it to look. It just needs to have a visual like image that you've drawn and then a couple descriptions. So you can use the keywords that you found in your textbook in order to add some more information to your poster. So yeah, I kind of added a couple little blurbs here so you can read those if you like. Yeah, but that is our project for today. We are going to be going over all the elements in the next week or so. If you have any questions about this, like if something's just not making sense, you can email me or you can comment on our Google stream. Yeah. So this is, I don't know, I think this stuff is pretty cool. It's fun to learn and to see how artists use line in their artwork. This is, it seems very fundamental, but it is like artists who they use these techniques and these subjects in their artwork like long into their careers. So it makes a lot of sense for us to be really conscious of where we can find line in all of these elements in artwork. Okay, so that's all I have for you today. Pretty short video. I will have a kind of written set of instructions on Google Drive just in case you kind of understand stuff better by reading. But let me know if you have any questions or if you have any trouble accessing any of this information, or if you have any trouble with the assignment, like it's not making sense. I would love to help you out. Just send me an email and I will see you all next week.